solution is here. Welcome to Get Connected. I am your host, Conn Jackson. We hear all the negativity. We're running out of water, the world crisis about water. But there are companies and governments doing things about it and seeing great results. One of the countries is Singapore, and we thought, well, let's find out what they're doing that might be able to be adopted around the world. Joining us are two awesome gentlemen. Let's welcome Bill and Tze001 to the show.
Hi, Conn. Hello, Conn.
Well, Bill, we've heard of water problems around the world, but you guys have come up with some great solutions.
Some of the solutions we're offering is a combination of first understanding the problem, that's in education, applying the appropriate technologies and advancing technologies, and also providing information for investment. And in fact, that's where Singapore has come in so importantly to the water industry in total throughout the world, because they've been leading each one of those issues.
Well, Mr. Tze001, let's turn it over to you. What are you guys doing in Singapore?
Well, in Singapore, we are a small island country, but densely populated. It's a city-state, 5 million people. And so we have always had to worry about water. Because although we get a lot of rain from the sky, 96 inches per year, we haven't really got the land to collect and store the water and no groundwater. So we've had to invest in technology, and one of the ways in which we have been able to ensure that we have a sustainable water solution into the future is through recycling using advanced membrane technology, and we produce a product called New Water. And this is something we've done together with companies like CH2M Hill. And New Water now supplies 30% of Singapore's water needs. And into the future, we see that half of our water would come from recycled water like New Water.
That's incredible that you guys recycle up to 35% of your water. I'm just curious, is the New Water drinkable?
The New Water is very pure. It's like distilled water. And that goes we supply that to industry because industry needs high quality water, and a small percentage of that goes into the reservoirs where it's mixed with the water that we collect from the sky. So it's a very, very critical source of supply, because new water, when you think about it, recycled water, you're recycling a drop of water. If you can do it perfectly efficiently, it's an infinite source of water supply. In our case, of course, the efficiency is about 50%, but really what happens there is you double the supply of water.
Well, Bill, let's turn it back to you. How can we best support your efforts in getting good water around the world?
What we can do to support it, though, is probably three things I like to highlight. One is educate ourselves. Thank you very much for having us on your show. That begins the education process. People can continue that education by going to the websites right there in your local utilities, as well as the US EPA, and in much higher degree, Mr. Khoo's organization has an extremely good website, and if you ever to Singapore, it has a great center there. The second thing is political will. And supporting the politicians, and that was something that Singapore did very well. They had the political will, and what I mean there is for 20 years now, they've been advancing their water, and they've stuck to it. Once they said they're going to do it, they got it done. And then the investment, and I'm sure you in Atlanta, I've seen some of the papers on the investment necessary for the infrastructure there for water. And so supporting that, and the again the information from Singapore is excellent.
And if you'd like to get the information on Singapore, the website is siww.com.sg.
Well, those sound like great resources. And Mr. Tze001, I'm hoping you can share with us some things that we should visit in your country of Singapore if we should ever make it.
The top thing on my list, obviously, is the New Water Visitor Center. It's near the airport, so you must come to the New Water Visitor Center and taste the new water. We've got it, in a bottles. You can get a bottle at the New Water Visitor Center, and of course, I think we have the only night safari, the night zoo in Singapore. I think that's one must see when you go to Singapore. And then the third one, again, it's a water thing. We call it the Marina Barrage, where it's a beautiful park right in the heart of the city. You know, instead of a central park like New York, we have a central reservoir right in the heart of the city. And the Marina Barrage is a really, really popular site to visit in Singapore. You can, it's got a green roof, lovely place for picnics. You can fly kites and so on. And that's number. And you can see the skyline of Singapore from the Marina Barrage.
Well, I look forward to having a chance to visit your beautiful country and try some of that new water. Mr. Tsang and Mr. Bellamy, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
That is great to realize that smart people around the world are making a difference in our water sources to ensure that we have good water for years to come. If you want to learn more about new creative solutions happening, you can log on to our Get Connected website at conntv.com.